Shit, as you can see, we in here guitaring it out. I'm recording this after I played already. That shit was harder than I thought it'd be. We not gonna quit though. It's Thanksgiving, we got shit to do. As you can see, fingers a little beat up. Gotta get used to sliding between chords and whatnot. You can see me quit. Like, not quit, but you can see me frustrated at the end. We gonna work on that. We will be back. I will be playing songs. If you wanna join a band, you know where to find me. Okay. You about to learn how to play the guitar.
This video is the A major chord, and with this chord we can play any one of 10 songs. As I say, there'll be a song at the end of this particular video, but there are a number of songs, 10 songs, that are played only using these two chords on my website, and the link to that is also in the description. So to play the A major chord, it's best to start off on the E major chord that we already know.
He's going a little fast. You get that right. Let's get that right.
Now we need to keep this first finger down but lift the other two away. And this is really important. This is going to be our anchor finger, because when we're learning chords, the hard thing isn't necessarily playing one chord, it's the change between. So what we're going to do is keep this first finger down but slide it over to the second fret, and this time we want to be around in the middle of the fret, because we're going to place the middle finger above it at that same second fret and the third finger directly below it. And this is the A major chord. You may have seen this chord played like this. However, if this is the first time you've ever picked up a guitar before, it's going to be incredibly difficult to change between any chords, and these included. So we're making this as easy as possible by keeping contact with the fretboard at all times and using that first finger as an anchor point. So this is the A major chord that we're going for. Let's place this first finger at the third string, second fret, 1, 2. Middle finger goes directly above it, and third finger below it. And it's best to keep that first finger around in the middle of the fret this time, and this time only really, so that we can fit the other two in. And with this particular chord, we want to strum from string 5. And this is what the A major chord should sound like. To check that all those strings are ringing out, we want to pick again from the thickest to the thinnest, but we're going to start from string 5. There is more opportunity for strings not ringing out on this one, so again try and get them as far towards you as possible and keep right on the tips. That is the best way to get them ringing out, but you may have to press on just a little bit harder on this chord to get those strings ringing out. One more time, strum, pick each string, and strum. So to change between those chords, we need to keep that first finger down at all times and change between them. So if we go back to the E major chord now, and just give it one single strum of all 6 strings, we keep the first finger down, slide to the second fret, middle finger above, third finger below, and strum. And then to change back, the first finger stays down, slide it back to that first fret, middle finger above, third finger below, and strum. Again, so we're on that first chord that we looked at now, the E chord. So we keep the first finger down, we slide it to the second fret for the second chord that we looked at, middle finger above, third finger below, and strum. Try and strum from the 5th string, so missing out the thickest string. But if you do accidentally catch that thickest string, it's okay for now. We're just learning. First finger stays down, we move back to the 1st fret for our first chord, which is the E major, and strum, and that's our E major. Now you may wish to pause the video here so that you can have a little bit longer practice between those two chords, changing between the E and the A chord. Remember to keep your first finger down at all times. And the first chord we looked at has your first finger on the 1st fret, And then chord number 2, the A chord, first finger, second fret, middle finger above, third finger below, and strum. And you're wanting your fingers to take around a second to go to each chord to move on to the second part, which is basically going straight for our...
Yeah, he's crazy because that shit hurts. So I'm new to this too, so I'm not gonna be able to switch that fast. But regardless, we move tips. Six is the E. And then take those two off, slide to the middle. One above, one below. Gangsta. That's how you do it.
First song, which is a song called For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield. This song has just these two chords, and we have to play each chord for a bar of each. To do this, we need to understand about bars and beats. The beat is whatever you would nod your head to when your favourite song comes on. So when you're kind of grooving along to a song and tapping your foot and enjoying it, you're tapping your feet or nodding your head to the beat. This is an even pulse throughout the song, and it generally goes to a count of 4. So an even count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is repeated throughout an entire song evenly. It's that count of 4 that we call a bar. So the simplest strumming pattern we can do for any song is just strumming on the beat, and we're going to strum each chord in this particular song 4 times. So we strum the E chord 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep that first finger down when we're going to change to the second chord, which is the A chord, and then strum this 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to change back to the E chord and do this in a loop for around a minute. And if you've never heard that particular song that we're going for, the link is in the description to a YouTube video of the song, so you can have a quick listen to it to hear what we're...
We're gonna see what the song sounds like. Oh, what am I doing? You're gonna see what the song sounds like. Okay. The song's not even length 30. It was like Buffalo something.
There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
It kind of cooked.
There's battle lines being drawn, and nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stopped. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
I like to copyright this shit. Ooh, I'm stupid. Who cares? Who even cares, bro?
we're going for, and you should pretty distinctly hear this rhythm guitar part throughout the entire song. Now keeping the strumming hand going while changing chord.
Yeah, I gotta try that. How many times did he play? Did he play it 3 or 4?
Now keeping the strumming hand going. This rhythm guitar part throughout the entire song. Now keeping the strumming hand going while changing chord is undoubtedly the trickiest part of learning song. While changing chord is undoubtedly the trickiest part of learning songs on guitar. However, this anchor finger, keeping the first finger down, makes it a much easier task and helps us going forward to learn the other chords that we're going to be learning in the coming days. So drilling this change is so important rather than learning more chords. So many beginners get a book full of 10 chords or 100 chords and try and learn them, but it's mastering the change between them that's going to get you the end goal of being able to play real songs as soon as possible. And hopefully this will be one that you can play just in a few minutes now by following me. So let's start with the E major chord, the first chord we covered in this video, and we're going to strum this 4 times. And as soon as we've done that, as soon as we strum that 4th strum, we want to change immediately to the A chord as swiftly as possible. Now, if this takes a few attempts, and that is totally fine because this is the end goal of this first video, of this day 1 of this 10-day guitar course. So if it's a little struggle at first, that's understandable because it might be the first thing that you've ever done. Go easy on yourself, allow this trickiest part of this, the chord changes, to bed in and for you to get used to them before you put too much pressure on yourself. So let's play along together really slowly now, and let's have a go at playing our first song, For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield. So we get ready on our E chord, we press down and we begin strumming in 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, then change to the A chord and begin strumming again. 1, 2, 3, back to the E, changing back, and 1, 2, 3, 4. First finger stays down, we change to the A. 1, 2, 3, 4. And pause there. So now's the time to take stock with how you're doing. If you need to pause the video just briefly one time again to just do some individual changes, which will drill that change a little more often to help you get used to it more. Maybe take a quick break to rest your fingers a little bit because you might have big lines and they might be quite sore. That's understandable and totally normal in the beginning. And when you feel up to it, play this video from this point one more time